Once upon this same earth, under the same sun, long before most of you were born, before the Halos and the Fortnites and the Horizons and other crappy modern video games, there were once Jurassic Park video games, and they looked a little bit like this.
Imagine you wake up in Jurassic Park and you're a raptor. You have sharp teeth and 7-inch claws, and since you've been extinct for 65 million years, you'd be in a really bad mood.
Greetings, konnichiwa, motherfuckers. I am Atari Akazawa, and I'm finally making my video on the epic Prehistoric Edition of the Jurassic Park video games released by Limited Run Games. Do you like my ugly Christmas sweater for Jurassic Park? This is a wonderful collection from the early 1990s, back when the wonderful Jurassic Park movie erupted onto our screens and culture and changed people's understanding of paleontology forever. I was there because I'm old, and it was a wonderful time, and some really great video games came out for the 16-bit, 8-bit, and the Game Boy. And I actually bought Jurassic Park for the Game Boy and got it for the SNES. And I longingly looked over the fence at the Sega Genesis for its version. Sega Genesis, by the way, is the best one in this wonderful collection. First, let's start with the box, shall we? Ta-da! Now, as you can see here, as I bring it up closer to you, it's a lovely, high-quality textured thing. This is a cardboard little inlay, and it's reminiscent of the Kenner toys that you could get of the T-Rex figures that look very much like this. It had this kind of open thing that you could actually reach in and touch, as it were. So it's a really great little box, as I think Limited Run Games collections are quite high quality. I know they are contested and controversial, and a lot of people hate Limited Run Games. It took forever for us to come, but it was worth it. It's wonderful. There's so many great goodies that came with this that I'm going to talk about and show off in this video. So do please hang around to see what they're like, my impressions of them. I don't know if I'll give an actual review of all the games that are in here. I'll mention them, but I won't give off a full in-depth review of them, not in this video. It's mostly just to talk about this wonderful collection and the games overall. I kind of like to talk about the games because I don't want this to go on for like over an hour, you know? So, first off, let's begin with the actual game cartridge itself. Now, we have this box, and we have this box, and you take this and you put it in here, which doesn't go in like that. They're both empty, but this one actually contains the actual games themselves. But this is really cool and nifty because, of course, I bought the original Jurassic Park in a little case VHS tape exactly like this. And the VHS tape looked exactly like this, only it was, actual plastic and not cardboard boxes. And I played the living fuck out of it. Living shit out of it. Again and again and again on my VCR. Because again, I'm old. And so having this is so freaking cool. I love having these things. But there's more. If this is the actual game cartridge itself, as you can see here, has a little stuff on the back. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-doo. If we open it up, oh, there we go. Not much in there. Yes. And not much special about that, shall we say? But it comes with a steelbook. That's my back. This is a lovely little thing. This is what I actually keep the game. And look at that. There's the game itself. And what was this? An actual booklet. Oh yes, there's a booklet in here. I'm not going to take it out, but it's a little booklet that actually talks about each individual game. It gives a little blurb for it, which just, and on top of like the other extra little artwork that's in this thing is so wonderful. Oh, I love it so much. I love it, love it, love it. Yes. Love it. But of course, there is more, of course. One of the other things is, if you've noticed, this thing here on my wall. Yes, I've got closer footage. I'll roll some better footage of it closer up. But basically, it's a cool little plastic collection of the Nintendo Jurassic Park games released in 1993. And the reason why it's only the Nintendo ones is Limited Run Games originally was making this only about the Game Boy NES and SNES. And then they later added on the 2 Sega Genesis games. They did not add in this collection the greatest Jurassic Park game released in 93-94, which was for the Sega CD, which I've made a little video, maybe not the greatest of quality, but you can check it out and get an idea of it. It's absolutely brilliant and fantastic and wonderful. I love the Sega CD. It's so damn frustrating. You can't get proper full Sega CD collections outside of doing that ROM crap thing, which I can't get my head around and understand. I'm old. I'm legally blind, hence the eye patch. I've got eye diseases. It's really difficult for me to effing work out. I just want what Limited Run Games has done with this in a little modern package with Sega CD on it. I'm hoping and praying that Limited Run Games will make a second Jurassic Park Games collection where they will include Sega CD and Jurassic Park games for the Sega Saturn and PlayStation, because there were ones, so the CD-ROM 1990s Jurassic Park games. That's what I want. I want a collection of that to go along with this, because it would be so freaking wonderful. But yes, this little thing is really cool. It's got the SNES, NES, and 2 Game Boy carts, which aren't the actual carts, of course, they're just empty shells. But it's a cool little like glass, there's a glass protector on it to put on your wall to say, look how great that is. Yes. And there was a poster that came with this, a lovely, beautiful poster that I have emblazoned in a dark black wood grain border frame. And as you can see, it looks fabulous. I love it to bits. It's gonna go brilliant when I get my collector's editions of Bubsy and Mortal Kombat collection, because I'm getting deluxe versions of those which come with posters that I'm going to frame, and it's going to be wonderful because I am a giant nerd, if you haven't figured out. Now there's one more. This. Ta-da, ta-da. This is a soundtrack, and there's 4 discs. Open this up. Oh, lovely artwork, and then look at this. 4 CD-ROMs, which would be brilliant if it actually was the 1990s and we had CD-ROM players, but it's not. It's the 21st century. I wish I could have these downloaded to my freaking iPhone, but no, they just gave us CDs. I don't have anything to play CDs on. But it's still cool to have these. And the funny thing again, just as I had bought the VHS of Jurassic Park in 1993 and played it way too many times, I also bought the soundtrack to Jurassic Park in the 1990s, and it looked just like this pretty much. So that's an absolute acid trip for me, because again, I played the effing soundtrack countless times when I was a 13-year-old crazy little Japanese rugrat, and I loved the hell out of it. It was wonderful. So it's brilliant to have this. I'm so happy to have this. These are the actual soundtracks of the games themselves. The game soundtracks aren't anything brilliant. The one from the SNES is quite good. And of course, 16-bit, Sega Genesis soundtracks are badass, overall. So there we go. That's my prehistoric edition of the Jurassic Park collection from Limited Run Games. games. And I think I'll end this with a quick synopsis of the games included, since we've gone over all the wonderful special editions. The NES, Game Boy games, and SNES, they're all in that little collection you see back there. They're all these top-down games you play as Alan Grant, running around, collecting eggs, blowing up dinosaurs. They're not the greatest of games. They don't control the best, and they can be frustrating, and you're basically trying to explore things. The SNES is, for a 16-bit game, beautiful. It has rich greens and colors and fantastic sound effects. And it uses Mode 7, first-person Doom-like gameplay. It's terrible, but it's still fun as a kind of collector's thing and as a piece of gaming history, as one of the first things to kind of try to use that. It's fun to give it a go. It can be frustrating, what have you. There's also they put in a sequel to the Game Boy game, the original Game Boy game, which I bought. I actually had it. I remember getting it late at night and just, having, it's wonderful. Back when I had better eyes, literally. Definitely couldn't play Game Boy now. But I can play Game Boy on the big screen, thankfully, thanks to Nintendo Online, which is so much fun. And I can play these Game Boy games on there as well, of course. But the real gems in this collection are the 16-bit Sega Genesis ones. Because in those two games, you can play as the Raptor. So I put the commercial for the 16-bit games on there. The guy with the beard, he's a famous paleontologist named Dr. Robert T. Bacher, whose books, The Dinosaur Heresies, which is a really beautiful, beefy piece of paleontology, I read cover to cover nonstop in the 1980s when I was like freaking 7 years old. And I was just like fucking Timmy in the movie, only Japanese. And it was fantastic. Brilliant. I've met Bob Bacher in person. He's awesome. I asked him a question about troodontids, and he was like, "Oh, that's a really cool question." Yeah, I was so excited. It was awesome. And the 16-bit games are really fun. I freaking love them. I always wanted them, and playing as the Raptor is super fun. They actually use stop-motion maquettes for the graphics in the 16-bit Genesis game. At least the first one. I don't know about the second one because the graphics look slightly kind of odd, but you can still play the Raptor in that one too. The controls are finicky and wonky and not great, but it's still so much fun to play as the frickin' 1993 Jurassic Park Raptor and killing and eating everything in your way. That doesn't get old for me. I freaking love it. So, and then there's like a Jurassic Park 2 game that got put in, which is just a really crappy Contra game, which I can't. He plays a stupid human, and I don't like the look of it. It's crap. But the 16-bit games are wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And so here's hoping Limited Run Games will make a sequel to the Jurassic Park collection where they bring in the Sega CD version. But otherwise, it's a fantastic collection, and I love it to bits. I hope you've loved this little video of mine. Please give a like and subscribe, as most people never do. And my channel is very tiny, and I haven't made videos in a long time, and I'm hoping to get back on the horse on that. So, I hope you have a lovely day. Tell me what you thought, and domo arigatou gozaimasu, and to sayonara.